Once again, welcome to the GMAP Broadcast Network. And with no further ado, we got Ann Fritz here with us on this afternoon. Good afternoon, Ann. How you doing?
I'm doing good, Father or
Ah,
Pastor Kevin. Thank you.
um, you know what? I love laughter. I just want you to know that. So it's
Yeah.
okay to laugh as much as you want.
Yep.
Okay, just laugh because laughter is the best medicine in the world. You know,
It
and
it's yeah.
first of all, let me thank you. I thank you so much for taking time out. I apologize. I was running a couple of minutes late, but we are here. And
Yes. I
thanks.
want to thank you for having me.
Oh,
I appreciate you doing this.
oh, my pleasure. And you know what? I wouldn't have missed it for the world. I mean, I appreciate you being here as well, but I appreciate you. You know, when I reached out to you, you accepted the invitation to be a part of our broadcast network family, and that's important to me. You know, when somebody does that, it just elevates things to a whole nother dimension, and I appreciate you. You know, I'm gonna dive right in. You know, I know we don't have a whole lot of time, but I want you to do me a favor. Just kindly come on in, introduce yourself, tell us who you are, tell us where you're from. Who is Ann Fritz?
Yes. My name is Ann Fritz. I've lived in the small town of Wyanett, Illinois all my life. That's where I grew up. I went to school. I worked in a factory for 15 years and decided that I needed to do something else and felt like nursing was my calling. And I went to school to be a nurse. So I'm a registered nurse. Continued on to get my bachelor's and master's degree in nursing education. And I just started writing probably, well, 2015 was when I started this book. And it was more of it's threefold. Um, in 2015, I was going through a grieving process because my brother, who this book is about, he passed away in 2014.
Mm,
So it was very healing for me to go write down all of my feelings that I had about him.
yeah.
We were estranged when he passed away,
Mm-hmm.
and I wanted to see him before he died. Being a nurse, I knew that he probably didn't have much time left on this earth,
Right.
and I
Right.
felt I needed to talk to him and tell him I was sorry. I wanted his forgiveness.
Wow. Wow.
And there's so many messages in this book of faith, hope, love, forgiveness.
Yeah.
And I didn't realize at the time, but it was a healing process for me, to help me heal from my grief and understand some of the things that my brother went through
Yeah.
and why he did some of the things he did.
Mm-hmm.
Because that was one thing that when we were estranged, I wasn't very happy with some of the things that he had did, and it just kind of I just came to a breaking point and felt that I couldn't have a relationship with him anymore.
Wow. I
But
tell you, that's got to be tough. That's got to be tough. And
yeah, yep,
you
it
know,
is.
I got to find out. I mean, I want to know a little bit more about the publication, but you know, I'm going to dive right into to the question. How was the writing process for this? I mean, was it tough? Did it just come out? You know, how was the writing process when you had to when you wrote this?
Well, in 2015, I just wrote 5 chapters just like that. I just started writing, and I just didn't have any problem writing. Um, in 2017, I started. I had found some stuff with of pictures of him, and I made a book of just a picture book of him. And then it wasn't until last January that I was listening to a podcast. And that's why I can appreciate them so much,
Mm-hmm.
because it was so inspiring, that I I felt like I had I had to write this book. I had to
Mm,
finish it, and I had to let people know that there's so many powerful messages in it, and one of them being forgiveness, the
yeah.
power of forgiveness.
Yeah.
It releases you, um, and to give it and to receive it.
Right.
And
right,
I think that is so important. It's an important message to for people to understand.
right. Wow. And tell us a little bit more about the specific publication. For those that don't know, of course, Ed is one of our featured authors on the
Yes.
GMAP Broadcast Network, GMAP1.com. We encourage you to simply stop by our platform, GMAP1.com. Click on the tab that is titled Featured Authors. You'll see a copy of the publication we're currently speaking about. Where did my big brother go? I want you to, break down a little bit. Tell us a little bit more in detail about what to expect when people show their support and pick up a copy of this publication.
Yes. They're gonna learn about with this book. They're gonna learn about how what my family went through with my brother. One thing that he just had so much happen in his life. My mom and dad were married for 7 years, couldn't have a child, and they adopted him. He was adopted, and they struggled to have a baby. Um, Once they had him, they were just really they felt that God had answered their prayers. They we were a very faithful family.
Mm-hmm.
We
Mm-hmm.
went to church every Sunday, prayed, um, and we were raised in the church. We went to school um, in the church.
Yeah,
We
yeah,
just um, the just a lot of things that my parents went through
yeah,
with him. He made writing this book when I started writing it again last year in February. Um, I knew that I needed help in doing that.
yeah,
I
yeah.
did reach out to a publishing company, and we were able to finish the book. I wanted to have it done by the anniversary of his first transplant. That was my goal.
Uh huh. Uh huh.
And so he was he was a transplant recipient times four.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
had received a liver in 1984, and then went for 10 years, and then needed a kidney, and then needed another kidney,
Right.
and then he got a liver again. So I
Wow.
mean, he had a lot of stuff going on in his life. And
Wow. I tell you,
one thing
it.
one thing too is when he was before he had his first liver transplant,
Uh
they
huh.
thought it was more of a hereditary disease,
Yeah.
and so they wanted to find his birth parents.
Right.
And that was one thing that my mom um, went and found his birth mother, and found out that she lived in the same town as Jerry,
Yeah.
and that they knew each other.
Right. Right.
and and that's kind of an extraordinary story at the time, and the nation knew about it.
Yeah.
Everybody knew about it.
Yeah.
It was just a very um, there's so many themes packed into this book
Mm-hmm.
that in it's less than 200 pages, so it's kind of it's a good storytelling.
Well, I know
Tells
that
the
it.
story.
Yeah, I know it's almost to where I can feel the emotion, and
Yeah.
it's got to be an emotional process. And ladies and gentlemen, I want you to make sure that you show your love, care, concern, and support for Ann. She's one of our featured authors, and of course, go out, pick up a copy, share this information with all of your followers, your family, your friends. Make sure you share it on social media. I mean, you share everything else, share this as well. And of course, when you do pick up a copy, show your support. We want you to make sure you leave a review. That's going to be so important for Ann, myself, wherever you
Yes.
decide to pick it up from. Make sure you leave a review. Now, Ann, if someone wanted to pick up a copy and get more in detail about the publication, what's the process? I mean, how can this book be purchased?
Right now it is just on Amazon.
Okay. Okay.
Yep, and they can go to my website, annfritz.com.
Yeah.
There's the social media link there, and they can push on that to order the book.
Nice website too, by the way,
Yeah.
Fritz.com, and of course that we encourage you to do that. ANNFRITZ and
Hmm.
Fritz.com. Make sure you show your support. I tell you, this has to be an emotional publication, and like I said, please leave a review. And I'm kind of reluctant about asking this question, but I'm going to ask it anyway.
Yeah.
And of course, when you look back over the process, you look back over what you've been through from the very beginning to where you are right now. You look at the content, you look at the process of writing and what you went through. What's next? What's next for you as an author when it comes to this publication? What's next?
Well, this was my first book. I was very inexperienced, and I like to tell people I'm not a writer, but I felt this story needed to be told. And but I have started another book, and it's a book about my grandmother. It's a fictional book because I just knew my grandmother, the last 15 years of her life. And but I do have a lot of information about her life and how she lived it, and I just felt like I wanted to tell a story about her. And she was born in 1907, so
Mm.
it's very I've started it, and I'm really looking forward to how it turns out.
Oh, and you know what? I know for a fact that you have our number, so we want you to keep us posted because, of course, I want you to know that if there's anything that we can do, any shape, form, or fashion to assist you while you're on this journey, we want you to pick up the phone, call us, let us know. Anything that we can do, we'll be more than grateful. And I want you to know the answer will always be yes, and you will never have to ask me twice to assist you. If someone wanted to reach out, they want to contact you on a more individual basis, talk to you more in detail about some of the things that you've done and or getting prepared to do, what's that process? I know we mentioned andfritz.com, but is there any other information you can share with us concerning reaching out and contacting you on a more individual basis?
I think the best way is how you actually contacted me was is through my Facebook page. Where did my big brother go? I think that's the easiest place to find me, and
Awesome. 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 And I appreciate that. I mean, it's a very, very good thing to do to reach out and touch base. And I must admit, you did respond. And I thank you again for number one, responding, number two, being here with us today and accepting the invitation to be a part of our family. We want you to know, ladies and gentlemen, once again, if you don't know, now you know she is one of our featured authors. So we don't mind you clicking on that tab, featured authors, visit GMAP1.com. Featured authors, you'll see a copy of Anne's publication posted right there. Click on that publication and we'll take you to the necessary location to find out more intimate information and details about the author as well as the publication. Look forward to doing a follow up real soon. We're going to try to do everything in our power to continue to present this information to as many people as possible. Again, show your support. Reach out, share this information, but don't just give her a thumbs up on social media. Purchase a copy, share a copy with your family, your followers, your friends, and please, as I said before, leave a review. I can't stress that enough. And
yep.
I'm looking forward to talking to you and inviting you back real soon. And of course, I appreciate you being here. I'm going to move over and just let you have your closing remarks and final words on today. So I'm going to move over and say, Ann Fritz, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Pastor Kevin. I appreciate your promotion of my book, and I think there's something in it for everyone. If you are, um, if you want any inspiration on any faith, hope, love, struggles, defiance, trust, betrayal, adultery, suffering, forgiveness, organ transplant, um, or anything in it. It is just very inspiring. I think everybody can get something out of it, and I look forward to the reviews.
Awesome.
I appreciate the reviews.
Awesome. And we appreciate you We're gonna make sure we keep you posted on everything that we receive as far as any comments or suggestions. And we want you to stay encouraged. We want you to be strong and continue to do what you're being led to do. We know for a fact that you're going to be a blessing to many people if you haven't already. And again, don't forget, keep us posted. We're going to do a follow up to make sure everything is going well. Until next time, man, I want you to have a fantabulous rest of your afternoon. Stay warm. You know,
Yes,
I did.
you too.
I heard you say you're in Illinois, so you know
Yeah, yeah.
we're super cold together. You know, I
Yes.
mean, it is cold. I got my heat blasted, and I even got my stove on and open. So it
Yeah.
is cold, and I
The
appreciate you
polar
too.
vortex is here.
Yeah, well, you know what? The convenience of working from home. I just, ooh, my
Yep.
goodness.
Yep.
And you take care, and I look forward to talking to you again very soon. Be
Thank you so
blessed,
much.
be encouraged, be blessed, and be a blessing. Be encouraged and
You be
continue
blessed.
to do what you've been
Blessings
doing.
to you as well. Thank you so much.
God bless you, and you have a wonderful
God
afternoon, and
bless
I'll
you
be in
too.
touch with you, okay?
Thank you.
All right. And Fritz, she is one of our featured authors right here on the number one station in the nation, GMAP Broadcast Network, GMAP1.com. Yours truly, Pastor Kevin. Saying until next time, peace, God bless you. Stay tuned. Got more great stuff coming up next. Once again, click on that tab from GMAP1.com, featured authors. You'll see a copy of the publication I'm currently showing you on our screen. Make sure you show your love, care, concern, and support. Until next time, be blessed and be a blessing. Yours truly, Pastor Kevin, saying we'll see you next time. Stay, keep it locked right here. We got some more great stuff coming up. Take care, take it easy, and if it's good to you, take it twice. Yours truly, I'm on the show.